Hi, so I just want to show you how to quickly edit an ID card or any document. So this is only for tutorial purposes, so I just want to show you how you can use some of the tools in Photoshop to make an edit to a document. So first of all, I want to get a document from Google. So let me just quickly open up my internet and get an ID card. So I just simply type ID card samples and I'll go over to images. Okay, the first thing I want to do is to choose any of these images. Like I have a couple of them here, so I think I like this one. So it has some patterns in the background, so which actually make it more difficult to edit, right? Because of the patterns it has in the background. All these are just plain white, so it's actually very easy to edit. So I'll just go for something more difficult like this, and then I'll go ahead and click on the side so I can see whether I can get the full size of the document, right? So once I'm done, I'm simply going to click on this. I think this is it. I'll click on this to open the full size. Okay, this is it here, and then I'll go ahead, right click, save image as. I just want to save the image in my downloads folder, and I'm going to drag it down to my Photoshop. So let me open Photoshop. So I have my Photoshop open, so I'll simply click on file and then I'll go ahead and click on place, or I can just open it directly. So let's open it. It's in my downloads folder, and then I have it here, office ID card. Okay, so this is the ID card now, and let me zoom in a bit. So it's blur, but we can manage it. Let's say I want to change Jasmine Doe to, let's say, Jane Doe, right? So a couple of things I can do here. The first thing I have to do is to remove Jasmine Doe first of all. So before I remove Jasmine Doe, I would like to create a copy of Jasmine Doe. So I'll make a selection of this, and then when I make a selection of this, first of all, so how did I make the selection? I made the selection by clicking on the rectangular marquee tool, okay, and then I'll make a simple selection of this, and I'll go ahead and press Ctrl G. So what is Ctrl G? Ctrl G means duplicate layer. So when I press Ctrl G now, watch my layer here. I have the first layer and I have the second layer. So in case you're not seeing your layer panel, what you want to do is to click on Windows and then go ahead and click on layers, and then your layer panel comes up here. So for example, I can remove my own and let me bring it back by pressing this, and my layer panel comes up here. So by pressing that Ctrl J, I just simply made a duplicate of only Jasmine Doe. Now when I hide this one, okay, let me make this large thumbnail so you can see it better. So when I hide this one, you see that the main document goes as remaining my Jasmine Doe, which I just copied. So I'm leaving it for reference in case I need to see how my document was before, in case I just need to do anything with it next time. So I'm going to hide this now, and I'll go ahead and duplicate the main document. Now without making a selection now, I'll duplicate the document by pressing Ctrl G without making any selection. So I want to duplicate the document and leave this my main background so I can use it in case I make a mistake here. I can use my main background and see how the document looked originally. So that's what I'm just doing. So what I'm actually doing now is just setting up my workspace so I don't get stuck on the way when I'm doing something. Now I'll go ahead and click on this one. This is my copy, and this is what I'm going to be working on, and not the original document itself. So first thing, of course, I want to remove Jasmine Doe. I don't need it. I want to change the name, right? Or I said I want to change Jasmine Doe to Jane Doe, right? So what I can do is to simply make a selection of this, right? Make a selection of this, and I want to come over to this my healing tools here. So I have the first one, which is Spot Healing tool. I have Healing Brush tool. I have Patch tool, and I have Content Aware tool and Content Aware Move tool and Red Eye tool. So there are a couple of ways I can do this. So the best way I like is to use my Patch tool. So what does Patch tool mean? It already means that it can take its patches actually. So it can take a particular portion and replace it with another portion. For example, I have my Jasmine Doe here, and because this is a pattern, that's why I choose this at first, because it's a pattern. So I want to make a selection here from here and drag it, and simply drag it down here. So I can hold shift to be in a straight line and drag it down here. So immediately I leave this down a bit. Immediately I leave this, you see that it replaces this with this empty pattern here. You can see that very easy, just easy peasy. So that has been replaced. So you can see my document, and remember I'm working on my background copy and not my original copy. Why? So that I have my main document here, so I don't have to affect any, and no changes will be affected here, right? Okay, now next thing to do now is to simply type in my Jane. So I'll click on this font, and then I'll go ahead and type in Jane, right? So I said I want to write Jane, or let's see Josh. Okay, she's a lady, so let's write maybe Jennifer. Okay, so I have Jennifer. So now how do I go about this? Now you can see that now the Jennifer and the Doe, they are not the same thing, right? So how do I go about this? Now this is the reason why I left my original document. So first of all, I'm going to hide all these things. You remember the first time I started, I made a copy of this Jasmine Doe, right? So what I'm simply going to do is that I'm going to right click, duplicate layer, and I'm going to send it to a completely new different document, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Now what I can do is to hold down Ctrl key and click on this, and it gives me this selection here. So what did I do? I said I held down the Ctrl key and then I clicked on this, so it gives me the selection here. I'll go ahead and click on image. I'll go ahead and click on crop. So I just want only this Jasmine Doe. Now I'll go ahead and press Ctrl Shift S to save my work. So I'm going to save it on my computer, of course. So I'm going to click down here and save it in JPEG. So under downloads, I'm going to say maybe sample fonts, right? Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to the highest and click on OK. So what I want to do now, I want to check the font of that Jasmine Doe, so I have everything in the right way. I'm going to come over here, and on Google I'm going to type what fonts. So that's how I'm going to type. So it's going to open up for me a couple of websites where I can upload the font for them to give me the font. So I'm simply going to click on one of them. So let's see how this one looks like. What fonts? Okay, beautiful. I like this. So I'm simply going to click on upload image, and this time around I'm going to go to my download. So I use sample font to save it, and it's going to upload this image here. Said hang title uploading your image. So I have the fonts here. I have the font here. Said I should drag it, so I'm simply going to drag it to expand it. So I have the complete Jasmine Doe here, and then I'll go ahead and try to identify this font. So you can see that it brought for me a couple of fonts that matches this Jasmine Doe, and of course this is the best font here. You can see this is the best font, Jasmine. So this is somewhat very close to this. You can see the J is the same thing, and then the Doe is the same thing. So we can still search around and see whether I see something similar. Okay, so this is also nice. This is draft A. So this is also nice. So but I think that these fonts are for sale, right? So he's telling me to buy, and of course I don't want to buy. So I'm going to go back. And look for another site that can give me this service for free. So let's say maybe check the next site out. Let's see, this is what font is. So let's check this out and see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this image again and see what happens in this one. I'm going to go ahead, upload this image. Okay, ad block detected. So give me a moment, let me deactivate my ad block and try again. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to refresh this now. Okay, so Jasmine Doe, beautiful. So I'm going to click on next step so it can help me find the font. Okay, next step. So I have Jasmine Doe here. Again, I'll click on next step. Okay, so it has these characters, insert characters. I really don't understand this one, so let's go back again. So these are all the process we actually take in doing something like, just to make sure that the fonts are okay and original. So I'm going to come down and look for something else. Let me check what font, the font. Let's see what I have, what font. Yes, so the font is actually a nice place, and the font is free, so I think I'll use that font. Let's see what font, the font. So I don't have a place for uploading, so let's go back. Let's try this one back again. So I see this one that showed us the first accurate result, so we're going to just simply try it again. Sample fonts, then I'll go over to this. Okay, so I have a couple of fonts here. I have this draft B semi-bold. So this is draft B semi-bold. So I'm just simply going to go ahead to this and type Google and say draft B semi-bold font free download. So I have something here. So let's see whether I can get the font for free. And then I'll go over. I have this draft free. As you can see, I have the font for free now. I'll go ahead and click on downloads to download this font, and again I'm going to download it to my downloads folder. Then I'm simply going to go ahead and click on save. So there's something you can do, because not every time you see this font for free, and it's not also every time that the software will be able to find out the exact font that it is. So what do you do in this condition? In this case, now I just installed the font actually. So in this case, what to do is to simply find a font that is similar to that particular font. So you just simply find a font that is similar. For example, looking at these fonts here, looking at these fonts. Okay, let me bring this back. So let's bring all this back. Now if you watch here closely, you can see that this font is very similar. It's actually a sans serif font, so you can look for any other sans serif fonts that will match this. But of course, since we already have the draft B, we already installed it, so let's go ahead now and change it. So from my character here, I can change it over here, or from this regular here, I can change it. So remember that from this my font here, sorry, remember before you change this, you must be clicking on this T that will bring out your font options, of course. So, and I'm on the layer of what? Jennifer. Remember, I'm the layer of Jennifer. So I'll just simply come down, or I'll just simply go ahead. Instead of searching, I'll just simply type the draft B, right? I'm going to type draft B, and then I have something like this, Jennifer Doe, right? But on second thought, why didn't I remove my Doe? So I actually thought that maybe the name is going to be shorter because I intended using Jane Doe the first time. But since I have the name longer this time around, I want to remove my Doe so I don't have any inconsistency and any problem with this. So how do I do that again? So the simple thing I can do is to simply click on my background copy. Remember, the layers are very important. Click on my background copy, use my marquee to make a selection of the Doe, right? Make a selection of the Doe. Now I'm simply going to press J. J is a shortcut, but if you don't know, if you forget the shortcut, you can right click on your spot healing tool and use the patch tool, and then you go ahead, drag this down. So when you drag this down, hold shift, right, and then click on OK, and you have this. Now Ctrl D is to deselect. You have this now. So I'll simply go and complete this by writing Jennifer and then Doe, right? This Jennifer Doe, whatever Jennifer Doe. So I'm going to make it bold now. So if you watch here, I do not have a bold for this font. So what do? I can simply use this big T here to make it bold. So I have it actually bold like this, and I'm going to reduce the font size to like 24, and I have something that looks like this, right? So it's actually looking good. So, and again, I have my original work here, remember? So I bring it down again. So what I want to do is I want to pick the color from here actually and replace it with this one. So what do I now do here? I'll click on this tool here. It's called the color picker tool, or the shortcut is I. So I'm going to click on this tool and then go ahead and click on this so I can copy this exact color. Now under my Jennifer Doe, I'm going to click on my Jennifer Doe again, and on my text tool, remember my type tool, I'm going to have this color option here, and then I'm going to simply click here to choose that particular color option, and that simply does it. But if you watch now, I don't have this font, is not bold enough for me. So why not I try some other serif font? Like I don't have the bold font, so that is one of the reasons. That's one of the disadvantage of downloading a free font, because they don't give you the full font. So let me see whether I can get the bold font. So, but if I can't get the bold font, what I can simply do is to actually make it bolder. So how can I make it bolder? I'll simply click on my FX here and then go ahead and click on stroke. So this is a technique I use to make font bolder. So this time around, I'm using, instead of position, I'll use inside, I'll use center. So it goes outside a bit, but very not so far like when I use outside. So I'm going to simply use center, so it comes to the center. And then this time around, I'm going to change the color back to this again, right? So you can see that automatically my font has become bold, right? So you can see it without the effects, and then you can see it with the effect, right? So you can see that automatically my font is bold. Or if you think it's not so good, let's keep it as inside and then increase the font to like, let's say 4. So 4 does not do any good. So I think outside is too much. So even if I make it 1 outside, it's actually too much. So I'm going to simply take it to the center, and this does it. But to avoid all this, you can also change your font. For example, if I don't need this, I can look for a font that is similar to this. So what do I do first of all? Let me say I've done this and this is okay to some extent. So I'm just simply going to duplicate it again by pressing Ctrl J. And then when I press Ctrl J, I remember it's duplicate layer. And remember, you must be on the layer that you want to duplicate before you press Ctrl J. And I'm going to bring this down in this area now. So in this case, I'm going to simply make a selection of this. I'm going to use a similar font. So I know a font called Poppins. Poppins is not here. So I know a font that is Monsterac also. So let's see Monsterac Bold. Beautiful. So Monsterac Bold is looking like this. So but I think it's too bold. So I'm going to use Monsterac Semi Bold. So, and I have something like, I think I prefer this, right? So you can see that these fonts are very, very similar. So, and it's also very similar to the main original font here. So let's reduce the font size to, let's say 22, and let's see how it goes. Now I'm going to remove this big T. I clicked here, that is this big T. I'm going to remove it and then make my font bold once again, and see. So beautiful, this is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one by dragging it to the recycle bin. Since I no longer need it, it's not good, this is better. Then I'm going to drag this up now at the moment. So I have Jennifer Doe. graphic designer. So I'm also going to delete this since I'm no longer using it again. I'll delete this. So and I have my complete work. I'll go ahead and save it. Now again, if you want to remove the signature and put your own signature, of course you can make a selection of the signature this way. So I make a selection of the signature this way. So this time around you have to be very careful. So you make a selection of the signature, press J again, or simply right click and go towards your patch tool. And I'm going to drag this thing to somewhere here, somewhere I have a lot of space. So make sure that the patterns are aligned, right? As you can see, the patterns are aligned here, and then I'm going to leave it. Okay, but I have a little bit issue here, right? You can see here I have an issue here. So what do I do in that case? I'm going to now use my clone stamp tool. So what is clone stamp tool? Clone stamp tool just copies a particular place on the image and then replaces it with what you've removed. Replaces what you want to remove actually. I'm going to click on clone stamp tool. So to copy this stamp, I'm going to press alternate. So first of all, let's fix the inconsistency here first of all. I'm going to fix the inconsistency here. You see that here is looking great now. Then down to my signature. So let's copy something here and then come down here. So the best thing for us to do is to simply remove the whole of this place, so we can type the signature letter, remove the whole of this place, and you can see that this is very nice now. You can see that everything is looking smooth and nice without any trace of any inconsistency or anything. Then you can now simply paste in your signature and do your thing. So thank you very much. I hope this video helped you. If you have any question, of course you can ask me. So thank you very much for watching.